Hey, greetings, everybody. It's Mark Miller here. Roy Becker's with us. He's in the house.
I am indeed.
And it looks
How
like
you doing, Mark?
I'm doing pretty
Having a
good.
good day?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mentioned to you moments ago, I've got a little bit of back pain today, and I'm like, got some ibuprofen in me. Not my favorite, way to spend my day, but, we'll see. See if that works its way through.
Better than not having anything to deal with it, though.
Remember, I want to say about 20 years ago, I was speaking at a conference, and I had broke my arm skiing. I had, one of the ways I used to really enjoy skiing was to go down very quickly, and it was a good run if I would get down quickly, get in line, manage to work my way up, and then the ski patrol would rush down angry and be like, "We're going to kick you off of this mountain if you, continue to ski quickly like that." And so that's, that was a good day for me. And I used to also really enjoy just going high speed off of ledges that I had not checked out what's on the other side of, right? There's nothing like seat of your pants problem solving when you're in the air, moving out away from the mountain, and at every foot you move out, the mountain drops about a foot as well. Right? There's only so much you can do. So I used to love that. But I would do it like I thought I was in control. I would do it like over, the blue square runs, which are like the intermediate runs, right? So they're pretty good. But one day I did it over a double black diamond run, which is just a steep mogul kind of field off the edge. I hadn't looked. I just went shooting off the edge. And as soon as I see what I'm facing, I'm like, oh no.
I got this image of you, sort of Wile E. Coyote style. You've got off the edge, and there's this moment where you're hanging in the air, and then suddenly gravity remembers you're there.
Yeah, it was pretty much it. Well, the trouble was I was still going up because I went off this edge up. I was going up and out. And the distance between me and the ground was just getting so far. And I was like, no, because it was so steep. And so I work out my plan for how I'm going to, survive. And my plan is essentially includes get lucky on the way down by, hitting the, not smashing into one of these big heavy moguls, but landing on the top or on the downside of it, which I managed to do. I hit. And I'm totally luck out, stick the landing on this thing, but now the problem is I'm going incredibly fast, and I'm only about a third of the way down through this mogul field, right? And I'm just shooting through it at incredibly high speeds, like probably Olympic contender speeds, right? But I'm not an Olympic contender mogul guy at all. And so I'm like, I look ahead and I see like three moguls coming up at me, and I'm like, okay, I can think I can absorb them. So I'm like essentially prepping my body and my legs for bringing my knees up essentially to my chin and mouth as I go over these things as they just go up, right? So I get 1, 2. And I see the third one. The third one is much bigger than the two I just went over. And I'm like, okay, my plan is to, and the idea that didn't quite come out in words because I was going so incredibly fast was my plan is to hit this and push off it, try to clear more moguls, right? Yeah. So that I got a chance, because the bottom of this hill is flat, and I got a chance if I can land that of stopping without destroying my body and trees and all kinds of things like that. So my thought is, I'm just going to, and then that's all I got, and the mogul just slams into my face and body. My arm gets jammed in here, breaks. And I'm like, first time I ever got an injury in skiing, and I used to have hellacious falls where I would just be like, just a tumble snowball for 40 feet or, 13 meters, just going like, just crazy before coming to a stop, and I would be fine. So I'm at a conference in, I know this is normally, we don't start the show with a long story, but I'm at a conference speaking shortly after this event, and I'm just noticing my family is practicing musicals in the other room. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm listening to that. But I set up these pedals so that I could program with one hand, and then I've got Control Shift Alt and one other pedal, and I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was a Windows key, but it was something else. It was, I think, Tab. It was Tab. So I could program with my right arm, and I basically was doing that. I was using CodeRushed templates and these key pedals, and I did a talk there. The whole reason I bring this up related to the back pain is because at the time I remember every time I would move my arm or whatever, just intense pain would shoot up through it, and I would be focused on whatever I was working on, right? Just like I'm on it, right? And I remember telling somebody, I find that pain helps me focus incredibly well. And they were like, what? No, it's the opposite. Well, now I'm feeling like a little bit the opposite. I'm like, it's not like, a sharp pain. DRX Design says, hello, everyone. DRX Design, welcome. Glad to see you here. Let's talk about a little bit what we're going to do. Before we get into it, actually, Skywalker Pro is now following. Thank you, Skywalker Pro, for that follow. Let's talk about, I want to make a call. I want to ask the community for help. I am trying to get a three-dimensional dice rolling piece and integrating it into...
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, that was a cool story, bro. It was not bad. It's much better in person, right? When you see me, I'm speaking and doing live coding with one-handed live coding, and I'm about as fast as I was without the other hand. Okay, so let's see what I want to do here. Was I smart enough to leave this open in a window? And it looks like I was not. That makes me sad. Let me see if I can find this again here. It is 3D die roller on GitHub. Let's see what we can find out here. Oh, and I've got all of these links because I was looking through all of these. I feel like the guy's name has the word wolf in it, is what I feel like it is. I don't think it's any of these. That's what I think. Let's see what we got here. We'll open them up. And then that one. I know it's not that one. Nope. 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 And nope. Now I'm sad because that one piece is out there somewhere. 3D. Could it be that dice? Or did I get any new ones up here? Nope, 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 nope. All right. Let me try. All right. Well, the help part, I'll show you what I've got here in terms of the code. Maybe somebody will figure this out. I'm trying to incorporate it the way they're describing to incorporate it. Wait. Hold on a second. I bet I can search for this. That's sample code in there. Let's go back and find that again. Let's look for this. And let's specifically say site.github.com. Like that. Is it that? Why is this one showing up? Dice 3D6. There it is, Wolf, by Wolf. That's the one I wanted. Okay. This is the one I picked. Okay. I'm going to fix and clean all this up. We're not going to have like this, super saturated red background, but all this is going to be cleaned up and beautiful. I've already spent some time looking at this. This is based on some code out here. Let me put this out in the chat room so everybody's got this. Will Bennett says, oh, he just said bro from the other one. There's the chat room right there. So it's based on this teal initial code, basically all based on 3JS, which is this super cool wraparound that makes it easier to do three-dimensional stuff. He says, hey, here's how you use it. And I basically said, okay, fine, I'm going to copy that. So this is the thing I'm trying to get working. There's a syntax error here. There's supposed to be an extra quote at the end of this guy right here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's there. So, okay, fine. I fixed that. I added that. When I run this, let's see what we got here. Let me show you what I see when I run this. I see two problems. One is inside of dice.js, I see this error right here. syntax error, unexpected token, star. I don't know enough about JavaScript to even understand this. I've tried searching for this, and everything I've found refers to old versions of Chrome and a problem it has with modules. I haven't found anything new or recent. So there's something I'm doing wrong here. The other piece is here in this call to import, because it says Dice Manager not found. So I added this import line right here, and it says, hey, uncut syntax error, unexpected token, this open bracket right there. It's telling me that's the problem right there, that bracket right there, the brace, I mean. So, so I've got those two problems. Now, if I try to run the same thing in Edge, I get just one error, and it's module import or export statement unexpected here, and it's in the same spot. So clearly something is wrong about the way I'm using this, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do anything, that there's some like build process or something that turns this into something else, and that import all is taken care of. But basically that's my scenario. Now I have go ahead.
How old is the GitHub where you found this? When was the last commit to it?
Let's check that.
Because web standards are changing all the time.
Yeah,
JavaScript doesn't tend to declare the version of itself. So I wonder, I've not used imports myself, not directly anyway, but I know that there's a certain way it works in sort of JavaScript, and there's a certain way, well, that is to say in the browser, and there's another certain way it works perhaps with Node being fractionally different. And I know there's a whole bunch of standards. In fact, I don't know if I'm misspeaking here, but I believe there is a way to reference a piece of JavaScript which effectively, what's the phrase? It's not a shim, it's where you bring in functionality that your version of JavaScript does not fundamentally understand.
Yeah.
You fake it using the old style JavaScript. So you're effectively adding functionality, and having done that sort of power up almost, then the rest of it will understand what's going on.
1 second, Rory.
Brett, in the chat.
Yeah. Did you make the JS file a module yet? My official response to that is, what's a module? What's a module? Hold on a second. I just like hit some magic sequence character keys and lost my freaking chat room is what I lost here. Just the window just closed somehow. And you know, the other thing that's interesting is just before I started, I was like, kids, sweet, beautiful, beautiful kids of mine, I'm about to start my show, so please no screaming or, you know, musicals or things like that. And yet I'm in the background, I'm like, yeah, I can hear them screaming. So I don't know what a module is. I think I know what it is. I think it's kind of like what a DLL is to C#.
Yeah,
but
abstractly it makes sense. It's the specifics, isn't it?
So
you know, how does one make one? How does one reference one?
Yeah, it sounds like the clue is make this a module is what I'm hearing the clue might be. Let me do this. I'm going to check in this code in case anybody wants.
There you go. Will Bennett's got some source code in the chat room. An extra type attribute in the.
Yeah,
equals module. Literally.
This is inside the JavaScript tag. I tried playing with, I don't know what this .indexts is, but I did try playing with type is equal to module inside of the die roller in right here. I changed this to module because I was seeing some of those other problems, and that didn't fix it. But here's the thing. I think what I want to do is not spend so much time on this. What the heck? I've got so much. I was going to check all this in, but there's so much that I need to go through here to check in. Yeah.
So I think what Will Bennett was suggesting was that not so much in the JavaScript tag that you were looking at, but in the ones above it that reference external files, you can say this external file is a module.
So right here, I would say type. Is that right? Type is equal to module?
One of these you've presumably got is called Dice Manager, or has something inside it that identifies it as being Dice Manager.
Yes, this has something inside it called Dice Manager. So maybe if I do that, type is module. Let's see.
Sounds closer, certainly.
Let's see what happens here. I'm going to refresh in the Edge, and let's see. Did we get past that? Holy cow, I think we got past that error. Let's look at console. Oh, wait. Module importer export statement expected here. That's in die roller 22. Okay, so we got this problem here is what we have. And do we have the other one still or no? Fetch import module failed. on die roller. So I wonder if that's this part right here. I think I might have to do something. Brendan said, I checked Discord. I thought it suggested this that hours ago. Maybe I've got an unsent message on my phone. What time zone are you in? I'm down in Costa Rica, so I think this is like the Guatemalan time zone. It's like 11:15 a.m. here. It's close to, I think, Mountain Time in the U.S. And then because we don't have daylight savings times, we are in the other, when you switch again in the U.S., we're lined up. Yeah, that's right, about UTC -6. We're lined up with Central Time, I think. You need module on line 21.2, I believe. 21, no, not here. Wait, because that's commented out. Of dice? No, I don't think dice. I'm not sure what the what the problem is there. 43 there. 43? Oh, okay, hold on. This. So this script, we say type as module here too. Okay. No, wait, I don't have a type here. Oh, no, here. Type. That's why I don't have a type. You need the word module here. Okay, let's try that. And we'll do a refresh. Here's a refresh in Chrome. In fetch import module failed. So I'm still getting that issue here. And it doesn't really, just saying it's at that location. Let's see what...
That's an interesting way to have that. I would have always assumed that the word module means thing that can be referenced. So I wouldn't have thought to make the highest level piece of JavaScript into a module.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm like, these are just try removing defer. Okay, let's look at that. Okay. We'll do that. And we'll do a refresh. Console. Uncaught type error. Failed to resolve module specifier canon. Relative references must start with either this, or this. Okay.
Right, so your tilde symbol is invalid in this particular case then.
Okay.
So you're using that.
All right, so let's go fix. So one of these I can fix. This one, I think. So I think this is going to be, is it enough to say dice.js because I'm grabbing it here? Is that what all I need to do? Or is it /dice.js? Do you know, Rory, by chance? No, fully qualified. Okay, hold on. Well, I had this, so it's just like a dot. It's just saying I do this. Lib is we are going to be in WW root, I think.
Yes,
is
what
that
you got
right?
on screen sounds good there.
Yeah, and then
I noticed that we got 2 errors of that. So is it also objecting higher up?
Well, there's a canon in the dice one. It's having a problem here, I think. But let me just double check that and refresh here and see what we got here in the console. So now we're just here with the canon. So it's basically it's I think coming from canon. I think it's coming from dice.js. I think it's this line is what I think is the problem. But I'm not 100% certain. Let's look one more time over here at the console error. It says, failed to resolve module specifier canon. Relative references must start with either this, or that. Okay, so let's see where canon, I've got canon.min.js in here in the same folder. When I also tried, by the way, thinking, well, maybe I've got to specify canon.min, and as soon as I did that, I think I got an error that said we don't get it, but let's see if that's going to work now all of a sudden. No, still the same problem. Yeah, here's the error I got before, which is unexpected use of file extension min for canon.min. So again, I'm not exactly sure what the syntax is here. Click the link in Chrome.
Click the link in Chrome. We can maybe follow it to where it thinks.
It just brings me to the very top of die roller.
It's not going to find canon min or dice.js where they are because your source says root lib. Oh, hang on, no, that is the root, sorry. That is fine.
Yeah, I think it's root lib dice is where it's expected,
so make
but it's in the same
into a module and 3 as well, in the same way as you've already done to dice. That's what it is, isn't that? If it doesn't know it's a module, it's not looking for it in this way.
Oh, so I need to, okay, that's interesting. I feel like I'm actually learning something here. So that means...
On line 30
there.
30, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Nice. Wouldn't that be awesome if this works? Okay.
Brendan, it's nice to have the positive see Rory gets it, but I'm only half a second ahead here, if that. It's very much an explorative exercise for me as well.
All right. So let's.
I like this though. This makes some sense now.
Well, let's see if it works. This would be so awesome if it does actually work. And now do we have? Can it read property int 32 array of undefined?
Okay. So issues inside canon min.js rather than externally.
We still have this problem here. We have like 2 of those. Okay. So I feel like we're getting closer. Not what I was thinking we would do the show on today. Yeah, so I haven't touched the canonmin.js file. So this is, I'm not exactly sure what to deal with this on this one, but at least the error is moving. I'm kind of thinking, what do you think, guys? Should we move on to the WPF stuff that I was going to do, or no?
What do you reckon, guys? Can you get us where we need to go?
No!
No, okay. It feels like people are pretty clear about that.
So 3 is not supposed to have any dependencies, and canon's not supposed to have any dependencies. They're just sort of standalone, are they?
Yeah, they both are standalone. They should not have any dependencies. I'm not sure why the int 32 problem is now coming up, and I also don't understand. I don't understand why I have still this error here. Failed to in other words, we made one change, and all of a sudden we get to here. I wonder. Let's see. I didn't open this up before, so we have these 2 different pieces here. So it's just there. I see. It's just that line and then the other line. Yeah. So it's essentially.
Has this altered anything about the way it manifests in Edge?
Let's check. And meanwhile, I should be checking the. Let's refresh over here in Edge. And console's got 1 unable to get property int 32 array. All right. Of undefined or null reference. That's different from the message we were getting over there.
So it's a call to it that's maybe.
This could have something to do with the code not being initialized correctly. Okay. Yeah, Brendan Nia says, keep in mind this should work in Edge, but will not work in any version of IE. Not guaranteed.
Well,
yeah, that's totally fine.
We need to fix the module reference first. That will more than likely fix the other. So we've still got some kind of interplay between our modules that isn't quite right. Questions to the chat room. On line 43, we're declaring our local JavaScript to be of type module. Is that still correct? I feel like we modified that, but we didn't necessarily check if it had an effect. It was kind of one of the steps along the way.
Yeah, let's maybe change it back. Text JavaScript is what it was, I think. And then it was also, it had defer is equal to...
There was a defer, but we were told maybe to take that out.
Let's try putting
Having
them back.
said that, we hadn't made the other things into modules up until then, so process of elimination.
Okay, things got worse. Got more errors
so maybe,
here.
Maybe just do one of those now. So let's try the defer being removed on its own. Does that help?
No, it's the module.
So the module seems to have been quite a...
Okay.
We need to remove the import there then.
This import?
Oh, so we don't...
Yeah, I added this because we had the other error. We were starting with the other error. So let's go ahead and remove that. And now see what happens here. Refresh. Huh, we still have this. We didn't get that. And I don't understand why canon is not defined.
We're suffering some nasty caching issues again.
Oh, maybe. What is it? Control F5 is the harder refresh?
Will says, as he recalls, you have to be a module to use a module. And Brendan seems to agree. So, okay, we'll go with that.
All right. So somehow we're getting in here. We're getting a call into this, and this is null, is apparently what's happening. Canon is not defined. I don't see where that is. It's not bringing me to a particular place. But I think I have... Do I have canon references in here? Yeah, there's a canon right there. Okay. So canon is not defined. It's interesting. It does show a line number 30, position 15. Oh, there we go. But it's not the same one. This does look like it's...
quite right, is it?
Yeah, caching issues over here is what it looks like. Okay, let's... Yeah, I love that I can... I love that in Chrome I can come up here and I can say, empty cache and hard reload like that. So canon is not defined. Whoa, we got a different error this time. Look at that. And I don't think we've changed anything.
Well, we commented out the import.
We commented out the import. You're right. Hold on, though. Let's see what this is now. Okay, so we're getting closer is kind of what seems to be happening.
Canon class is not being imported. The only thing we've changed is the import dice manager from, but I didn't think that canon was in dice.js at all, and that shouldn't be relevant, right?
No, canon is in canon.min is where it is. Dice.js has a line of code at the top that I think defines them. So it's got this right here.
Well, then it says we seem to be trying to import canon from dice. Have we got one of our imports incorrectly specified in the the references to the external JS files?
Canon.min.js is, let's go look and double check it. Yeah, it's in, that's it right there. There's the file. There's the file right there.
Right, well, so all three files are in a folder called dice.
Yes.
They are three distinct files, and they are all being imported, so I'm not sure what else that might be.
Interesting. Is the import correct? Shouldn't be from canon. Import canon from dice. That is what you need. Copy that from dice and put it in your script. Okay. Happy to do that. So this, copy. Now come over to my script. And over here, like that. What do we got? Here's the Edge version of it.
He says instead of the import from dice, so possibly we remove it from dice.
Oh, I can do that if you want. I can do that too. Let me go check, just double check at what we're looking at. Wait, where is it? There. Let's refresh. Okay, we got the undefined. Got this problem here. I think we got the path wrong to it. I think we have to essentially do this right here. Roy, do you know the difference offhand between the tilde and the dot? Functionally, what they're doing?
So my memory is that the tilde is a server-side thing, which will find the sort of the IIS location that it's running from, and will
I see.
Brendan agrees is pre-processed on the server, whereas dot just means where you are, and of course since we're already on the client, that's relative to our exact location.
Let's see what we got. Now we're back to the int32 problem.
2 copies of that then as well.
Okay, so that could be due to the, let's remove this one right here, like that, and see what happens. Do we go down to just one error? No, we still have 2. Let's double check it. Empty cache, hard reload. Yeah, still 2 problems here.
Okay, Canon is external, completely third party. We are not producing that ourselves. 3 is the same, is that correct?
All right. Don't modify dice is now the consensus. I'm fine with that. My dice's modification has been backed out. All right. Sorry, Rory. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to work out which of these that you have written from scratch, if any. Or are all 3 of these now? These are all third party.
Yeah. Everything here, these 3 files are all third party stuff. They're all third-party pieces. I haven't touched these at all.
Dice was built on the presumption of the existence of canon and 3, which is
right.
why we've got import statements in there.
Now, I added canon min instead of canon. Maybe I need to grab canon.js instead and put it in here. Maybe that's what I need to do. Can we pull your script into its own file? Hold on. Will says, I think the issue is the path on line 41. Let's look at these one at a time here. Line 41, or whatever it is on his inside Chrome. Let's look at it in Chrome so we can kind of line up to this.
Yeah.
Line 41, no, looks different here in my version of Chrome. Okay, I think he's referring...
He's changed his mind. 45 is the line.
Yeah, this one right here. Oh, because I don't have a dot in front of it, maybe? Is that my missing piece? That's probably what it was. Let's double check that. Still the same number of errors in here. Yeah. So we've got this. Basically, it seems like it's being called and initialized with nothing. Methods are being called. Michael Jolly is out there. Good to see you as well. We're in the middle of debugging or trying to figure out some JavaScript stuff here. Let's see the code again for a minute. Okay, Brandon. Brandon, I really appreciate you're here, by the way. You want me to bring you in on Skype? Say the word, and I will add you into the call here if you want to just audio, and you can see the screen too if you want, the screen share, so you get a little... let me know if that's something you want to do.
So I'm curious whether the import statements, having never used them before, if they represent sort of compile time hints to the IDE, or whether they actually are interpreted by the browser. So, because I know that we've got our import statements in various places, but equally we are referencing external JS files.
Yeah, well, if we see the import there, well, I would say they are interpreted by the browser. That'd be my guess. I think when we had problems here before, the browser was saying, "I don't understand this."
That's true. Yeah, fair enough.
Move it to its own file. Move what? What am I? What am I moving to its own file?
Sounds like the file that's in. Sorry, the die roller. I guess the module that we have in die roller to go to its own JS/TS file.
This code right here. Okay, we can do that. Sure, let's do that. Let's go to. Now here's the thing where I'm not exactly sure, what to do with on this. Should I now put this in its own TypeScript file? Is the question, and go from there, or should I just create a JavaScript file? And if I create a JavaScript file, should I put it in with my pages, or should I stick it in the WW root right here?
They're saying JS just for now. We'll add the complications as we need to.
Okay, all right. And then should I put it, actually now a new question, so should I put it in WW root? Is that where I should put it? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put it here for now.
Yeah. If you leave it in the root for the moment, then
I got some double click.
Output live. Indeed, this does not look like a WF timeline control. We took a little poll, and it was a very small poll. However, the decision was, let's see if we can fix this first.
And guess what? Visual Studio is saying no right now. It's like I right clicked about 3 or 4 times over there in that side over there, and it looks like it is hung. While I'm gonna restart that. Where's my here? Let's get my timeline controller up here.
Okay, so
we'll take a look at that.
Studio returns.
Yeah.
We will get the. Assuming we don't switch projects, we will get the code that's in the main JS file at the moment. We'll extract that out so that that's in a separate file, and then we'll reference all 4 files now as independent modules, all of which will be referred to as modules, and per our instruction from the chat room, they'll be able to recognize each other in this way, and hopefully that will give certainly an equality to each of them that will make life a little easier, we hope.
Yeah, all right, so let's see what we've got here. What? Timeline data. Let's double check this. Rebuild. Rebuild started. Rebuild all succeeded. Okay, I'm not sure what that was from. All right, so let's talk about the timeline. We'll go and jump into the timeline here. I think. Do you want to do that, Rory? Is that the best thing to do?
Either way, I'm quite happy with either.
Okay, the one question I need to know. I've got to restart Visual Studio over here. I need to know where I'm going to put this JS file here. And I just realized I think I shut down Mr. Announcer Bot and a whole bunch of other things while I was doing that. Where's this JS file going to...
JS file's most appropriate place initially is in the root folder, in that www.
Right here.
It's referencing a ./lib already, and therefore, without having to modify everything, all our paths are more or less okay.
I just right-clicked again, and nothing happened. I right-clicked a second time. I've just crashed it again, I think.
Darn, that right-click operation is so complicated.
Dang, son. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's restart one more time. That's how I killed it. So this is an early. This is not a final version of Visual Studio, nor is it a final version of CodeRush as well. I've got latest builds of both of these up and running. So sometimes this stuff happens. All right. Let's go to the timeline control. Let's focus on that for a little bit. If anybody has anything to say with regards to the JS file, We'll maybe get back to that. Let's do some timeline stuff. We're going to switch over to WPF and work on that. Rory, you left us last time, I think, right? In the middle.
We had quite a measure of success the last time I was around. Not that it was anything to do with me, but yes, we have movement of things. That's really nice, isn't it?
And we also have extension. So
we've done the resizing since. Excellent.
Yeah, so these are the two things that we've done. Now, one of the things that has occurred to me, it's always like, okay, I think I'm done, and then I'm like, oh, wait. With what we've got, we need the ability to specify a duration of infinity. In other words, a never-ending duration. And if we have that duration of infinity, we need to kind of do something like, I guess, this. In other words, whatever the width is of this window, it's got to have that width of it, whatever
so not
that is.
Necessarily. Well, I guess you can still think of it as infinity, but definitely max, right? So it's like max in kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it's infinity. We're going to call it infinity. And then I also need to be able to right-click on this and then bring up a dialog that's going to say set duration. So I can specify that I want it to be infinite or the number of seconds, whatever that is. So that's what I want to do. I want to add a right-click menu to this. By the way, remember I was talking about how great this edit and continue was with XAML? I did research on it because I thought it was maybe 2019. It's actually 2015 is when that feature came out. And I have been like, just missing it.
Edition it was, it came out, and it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, if you look in options debugging general, enable UI debugging tools for XAML, enable XAML edit and continue. That's the baby that I'm in love with right now. I love that. This is the one I'm not. I turned this one off. This is the one that puts that little black bar right in the center middle. Yeah. Like seriously, guys, how much harder would it take? How much more effort would it have taken to just put it like in a more intelligent place, like outside if there was room? Right? If it could still appear on the same monitor or, someplace less likely to obscure important data, right? You could put it at the bottom. You put it on the bottom. You could easily do a talk on the VS features people don't know as well, Brendan says. Yes, I think you're absolutely right. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to use the live edit and continue. So the app's running out here. I'm going to go into my timeline. And I want to go to the rectangle, the big one. I've got two of them here. I've got, so what I did, Rory, is I added a, let's see, here's the second rectangle. This second rectangle is this piece right here if it's resizable.
Grip at the end.
Yeah, and I made it so it would be visible if the duration was not locked. So the idea is we might want to attach like an MP3 file or a WAV file to this. In that case, the duration is probably going to be locked, or at the very least have a max value we can't extend beyond. Interesting. Brendan says fewer conferences accepted than you'd expect, but when they do, it's packed. Yeah, I think you're right. I totally. When I've seen it when I go to these at like Build, for example. Of course, these are the newer features that are out. They're totally packed. Everybody wants to know what the new stuff is. Yeah, no, I totally agree. So basically I could do it for both, but the big one is the one I'm most concerned about. So I want to add a menu here. So it's going to be rectangle. I think it's context menu. Okay. And then context menu. And then I think menu item. Okay. There we go. And is it text? It's not. Is it content? It's not content either. What is it? What do I do here? I now need an example, a context menu example. Darn, I thought I could get that, work my way through that. All right, WPF context menu example.
Is there any chance it actually is just content, i.e. it goes between the two?
Yeah, I guess it could be. Hold on a second. It's header. It's header. All right, so it's header, pretty sure about that. And this is going to be set duration, ... like that. Let's just do that only and see now if I can right click. There we go.
Oh, look at that. That is such a great feature.
Isn't it awesome? Yeah, I love it. All right, next we need a click, I think, event handler. Boom, let's do that. Now this is going to be so beautiful. Watch this. If I set a breakpoint here, how beautiful is, oh, sad. Is it not going to work? Not going to work. All right, so we got to kill it. All right, so edit and continue only goes so far. I was about to scream in excitement. I'm not surprised. Like the human brain, we probably only use a fraction of the power of VS.
That's probably true.
Probably true.
It's a very large tool, very capable of many, many things.
All right.
I myself, I'm sure, only use 1%, maybe 5%.
Oh, you're talking about your brain right there, buddy?
To be honest, yeah, that too.
Okay. All right. So here we go. This is what I want to call this form set duration, like that. I'm going to kill the grid. I'm gonna actually go with the grid, but I'm going to want to do a 3x3 grid. Okay. So there's my grid. I'm using CodeRushed, by the way, to crank this stuff out here. So it's going to help me a little bit. Grid.main, I guess I'll call it that. I'm going to kill the height and width of this thing. And I'm going to come down here and I want to create, I want a text block at first, and it's going to be a duration like this. And then I'm going to, after that, I'm going to have a text box. And we'll call it TBX duration, like that. We're going to put it in column 1. So I'm typing C1 there, right there, and CodeRushed templates are going to do the rest for me there. Then I want to turn this in. I'm going to selection increase here. I'm going to change this into a stack panel here. Duration like this, horizontal, put that there. And then after the text box, we'll put its content of 0. And after the text box, I want to have a text block here, and it's going to say in seconds, like this. And I want to make its foreground equal to gray. Okay.
Getting a question from the chat room there, Mark, about whether the announcer bot or indeed the overlay will be maybe making a reappearance.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do this. Let's kill every instance of Chrome. So we're going to say goodbye to every instance of Chrome that we've got out there. Here they go now. Hopefully I didn't have anything I wanted to refer to again in there. I've got this instance right here in the background. I'm just going to hit start on that. And those guys are going to start running. And then I'll refresh the screen as well so that we're able to get a reload of that when those come up. So now I've got seconds up here, 0 seconds. Where's my duration? Okay, so now I want to put this stack panel in column 1. So I'm typing C1 there. And there, now it's in column 1. That's starting to look better.
So Codebase Alpha's asking the question. He says, so CodeRushed knows you're in a XAML file and knows what kind of control you're building based on its XAML context. Is that correct?
No, not really. There is context for templates, and I'm not sure if we have a context that says what's the parent control, but it does know, it does have context like, are we in a tag, like in a place where a property makes sense, like a C1 there does something, but if I type in C1 here, I don't think it's going to do anything. Right?
Sure.
C1 space there. So it knows, like here, for example, if I type in like R2, it's going to put it down in row 2, for example, like that. So yeah, CodeRushed has rich context with the templates. That's what allows me to create this stuff. Like if I wanted to create, for example, a button, I just type in B, and inside the button, I want to put a grid that's like a 2x3. I just type in G2x3 like that, and then it just starts giving me these things and starts building these out. So there is context, but I'm not sure it's as strong as, oh, I know what kind of control you're building, right? It's not quite there. It doesn't really have a sense of where you're going, but it has a sense of what you've done so far as well.
Yeah.
So that does happen. Like, I'm not sure if I can demo that, but let's see if I take this and I hit Shift-Enter to duplicate the line, and I say, let's just only change the grid column to 2. And then I say, let's duplicate line again. Look at it, increases it to 3. See, it sees that pattern right there.
Looked at what you did before.
Right.
It sees which piece you modified.
Yeah.
And now it's gone even further. It's decided, well, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, what would be really interesting, I'm not sure if it's smart enough to do this, but what if I change this to a 2 and that to a 2? Would it be smart enough to get those? Look at that.
There you go.
See that? That's pretty cool. So yeah, CodeRushed has a rudimentary sense of where you're going based on, lines of code around you. Okay.
Now, it's fair to say that duplicate selection also works in VB C#. I think I've seen it in JavaScript and in various other forms of language.
Send
so it's almost a case of highlight my code, Shift Enter, and let's just see if it does what I want. And I have to say, better than 80% of the time, it's really useful to me. Yeah, and the worst case is Control Z what it did otherwise, right?
Looks like the overlay crashed is what's out there is what the chat room is saying. I'm not sure if that's the case. It looks like it's loading up to me. I'm seeing some, at least we've got 3 overlays. At least 1, maybe 2 look like they're on their way to loading. So we'll let those load up and see what happens. Mr. AnnouncerBot? Yeah, Mr. AnnouncerBot's in the house. Well, we just saw Sad Panda, so of course. All right, this is going to be is infinity, I think. Is infinite, like that, infinity. And we're going to need a checked. Whoops, we were totally on it. Checked equals new event handler. So we're going to check that. That's going to go down in row 2. And it's going to go down in column 1. So I'm going to say C1 R1 actually is what I want. Like that. And so now that's down there. And now we're going to say infinity like this. So you can see it kind of, we're building it right up here. Let's do a couple other things. I want to go up here. I want to start, this is going to be a dialogue. So I want to make it so there's no resize on this. Size to content. Should we do that? Would that be awesome? Could it work? I've never done this before. Start location, I guess we'll say manual for now. Not show in taskbar. Okay. And I guess we're just going to have to, for now, or wait, can we do this? Can we say auto? There we go. Nice. Okay, and auto here. All right, good. All right, next we need some OK cancel buttons.
Yep.
And let's figure that out. WPF modal dialog example. I just want to copy some because I don't want to manually do these. Let's do tutorial. See what we got here. All right. This is kind of what I'm looking for right here. All right. Okay. So
a nice
let's
little
zoom
package
in.
of buttons. That's good.
All right. So let's go down here. And actually, you know what I want to do, Rory, is I think I want to create a template for this, and which is kind of cool because we can show how to create CodeRush templates on here.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put anything in here. The margin, what's going on here? Align right. I don't think I want this anymore. I don't want the wrap panel, I think, is what I'm pretty sure I don't want. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to just modify, make a few property changes in here.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the text? There's the text right there. There's the text right there. And I want to put these in their own stack panel is what I think I want to do. So let's get them lined up in the right place. Confirm buttons, something like that. And let's set this as, hey, Campbell! Campbell, can you hear me? You are a little bit loud, buddy. Can you close our door, please? Oh, thanks, Jim. All right. All right, so let's see here. We want to put this down in row 2, like that. So there's row 2, and I want to put it in column 1. And I want to say grid dot column span is 2, like that. Okay, good. I'm feeling good about those. I want to just give it a little bit of a margin here. And let's say 0 and 5 and 5 and 5, like that. So there we go. All right, that's feeling pretty good about to me. Now, these, I want to turn these into a template is what I want to do. These 2 pieces right here. So I'm going to cut those to the clipboard, go into CodeRush, code templates. By the way, this menu I think is going to go away. It's going to go back to a regular one. This is a Visual Studio 2019 thing. They put all their extensions in one submenu, and I've put a controversial post out in out in public about why this is a bad idea, and hopefully they'll change that. All right, so going to code templates, and our language is XAML, and I'm going to actually create something that I want to ship with CodeRush. So
Mark, I see where you're going here, but I'm curious. Did we or did we not have a variant of create template by example from within the editor? Where you could use multi-select to frame where your text fields would be and so forth.
I'm not sure if that's in XAML or not.
Oh, is that maybe
Nope,
what it is?
it is. Here you go, selection to template. Okay, look at you, buddy.
So prior to doing that, though, we can mark specific pieces using multi-select, and I believe so outside of here.
You think so, huh?
So we start in the code.
Hold on.
You've just written what you want to write.
Okay, so I'm going to put a multi-select marker here. So I'm just hitting Control-Alt-Enter there.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to change? I don't know. I don't think so.
That's true. Yeah.
I think that's it. I guess we could say we'll give you a chance if you wanted to, specify what your OK and cancels were. I'll just multi-select that and multi-select that. And I guess we could also multi-select the min width.
Possibly.
That would link those two together.
So sort of to preview, these are the things that we're going to consider as fields. So when we emit this as we just generate this from a template having made one, each of these will be a field that we can just hit character return, enter, to accept it as it is, and then jump to the next one. But in each case, to potentially override it for this particular instance.
All right, so let's see. Allow links between different kinds of identifiers. Allow links between camel case parts of identifiers. That doesn't apply here. Simplify types inside links and fields. Yeah, that's not really applying. Link together all references to 60. There we go. See that? Cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think the multi-select is not working. Generate text field references for all references to. Yeah, we kind of. You know what? I'm going to say next and not select these because we kind of multi-select. It looks like it's not seeing the multi-select, or if it is, it's not showing that it is. Okay. So let's call this BOC for button OK cancel. And let's put it in controls, I think, for right now. And now why don't I have an OK button at this point, though? I don't get that. I can do it here, but not here. Is it?
That's interesting.
Oh, it's only taking top level folders. Interesting. All right, we'll put it in elements for now. Can you write that down? I'm going to call that a bug.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, I want a new button here, too. You got that, Rory? I need a new button on this page, too.
Okay, yeah.
If you can take a screenshot or something, that would be awesome. Do you want me to hold this up for a second? Here, I'll take a screenshot, and I'm now going to send it to you as well via Skype. Or did you say you got it? Did you get a screenshot?
I got a time reference, so I'll grab that. But if you've got it, then either way is good.
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on a second. Let's go bring up the chat room. Hit paste. Hit paste. There it comes to you. I think you're going to get it. Okay. So let's look at this now. Elements is where we put it. There's the BOC template. Let's see what it gave us. Did not keep our links. Gosh darn it. Okay, add that as well. Case, I really
work better in the future.
I really want that.
We would have started.
Yeah. So here's what I want to do. I want the caret here, like that. I want the caret here because I want to be able to add an on-click event handler to this thing, and then I want to also specify that this is a field, like here. And then I'm going to remove the caret from this piece right here and the block anchor as well from here on the 60. So that's going to be a field. And then I want to make this OK.
For those who've never seen us do this before, this is essentially like just marking up a piece of text for how we would like it to behave as it is emitted as a template. So when we type in our BOC, hit space, we're going to get the code emitted. There you go.
Yeah.
With some special fields in place for things that are linked together. And basically to get us through, you don't have to control left, right, up, down, through it, finding those right places. Okay?
Yeah.
This is going to take you to the places of importance. You'll be through and done in seconds.
All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to make a couple changes. Actually, I don't want to link the 60 together. I've decided that I like it better without that. And so I'm going to take out the 60 connection. I do like that it built all that for me. I'm taking everything out with final target at the end. So basically all we're doing is we're just going to have a click spot right there. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to type in BOC, spacebar, hit control space, say new event handler. And like, that's how quickly it is now to add an OK cancel button. So that's what I want to do. Inside the OK button, I think I have to say something like dialog result is equal to true. And now over here is the infinity checked. If this is the case, I think what I want to do is this. I want to say txt duration is what it's called. Oh no, txb duration is what I think I called it. txb for text box duration. What? Come on, you're right there. tbx. Sorry. Okay. tbx duration dot text is equal to, do I have a char map still up? I do. I went into char map and did this so you wouldn't have to watch me find it, which was painful when I did it. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to say that the text is equal to infinity. Mm-hmm. I don't think I need to, I was thinking, should I disable it or not? I don't think I'm going to do that. So if it's checked, that's the case. If it's unchecked, what should this be? I think we need another thing. I think we need a property here of type string. We're going to call this the initial duration, like this. And so we're going to set this from outside before we call it, which means we're going to come over. Hold on. Do we have anything? We're not doing anything with this yet. We're not creating it yet. Okay. All right. So we are going to... how do I kill my drone? You can only
call up another one.
You call up another one. There's no way to kill. You can also give in, we can do the doc command as well, which Brendan actually seemed to have discovered as well. So, okay, so I want to go back. I think we've got a checked and we've got an unchecked on infinity, I'm pretty sure, on the checkbox there. So let's go figure that out. Here's the checkbox. Unchecked is equal to new event handler. And when it's unchecked, I'm going to say tbx duration.text equals initial duration. So we're going to say that. There's a loaded event I think I want on this too. When this is loaded, I want to set the values here. So let's go up to the top. Go out here, loaded, is there, okay, there's just loaded, okay. Loaded, new event handler, Windows loaded, and then I want to do that again right there. So that sets it, and then I think I want one more piece, which is going to be like a read-only property. And let's maybe convert this to an auto-implemented property so it simplifies the code. So I want a read-only property of type string, which is we're gonna implement ourselves, which is going to be duration, and it's going to basically return that text. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, so we've got that. Let's now bring that up. And that's going to happen inside of our timeline control.
To make things a little easier for yourself, potentially we could create a constant for that infinity symbol and then reach in and grab that, because you're going to want to do if is infinite at some point outside of this.
Yeah. Okay, wait, let's do this. What if we did that? And then we did if double dot try parse of that, comma, out td duration. Then we're going to say return duration. Else, otherwise return td dot positive infinity.
Okay, that works.
Oh, duration, hold on a second.
Missing bracket, sorry. Your if is not closed.
Thank you. Okay, happier with that?
That's cool, yeah.
Okay, should we do the same thing on initial duration as well? And I think I want to. Hold on. going back to property with backing store. I want to change the type here. TD to a double. I want to say, hold on. I got this. Return that. Okay, if we're asking for it. Oh, wait, should I just do this? Hold on. Is that crazy? Am I getting crazy here, Rory? Hold on. I'm changing this to duration there. Now we've got a setter in here now as well. And so the setter, I want to rename this to initial duration stir. So instead of using backing store, I'm just going to use the TVX text property right here. But now if we've got a new value coming in, I want to do something like this. Let's do this to stir. Let's change this to a local. And do I want it to be a local or not? I'm actually going back and forth now. And then say, let's do it for now. If duration string equals initial duration stir, then we're just going to get out of there. No change has occurred. Otherwise, we're going to say, okay, initial duration stir is equal to duration stir. And we are going to say tbx duration.text is also equal to the duration stir.
Okay.
Wait, one more. Hold on. If value dot is positive infinity, don't I have a positive infinity? Is infinity? No, T double, TD. Is infinity, that's fine. Passing in value, like that. Then I want to say duration stir is equal to our infinity character. Like that.
That sounds good.
Does it? Because I'm just like, seat of my pants here.
Yeah, no, because we're still locking ourselves down to a double, which contains the capacity to be a positive infinity, and then we're storing that fact internally, as well as sorting out the text representation of it at the same time.
All right, so now we've got that. I feel pretty good about that. All right, now let's go into our timeline where we have that menu handler here. Timeline there. Menu item click. Now we want to create a new instance of that FRM set duration like this. Use CodeRushed to declare a local for it. Then we want to come in and say if this dot show dialog, I think. We also want to set equals true. Hold on, something's wrong. No, nothing's wrong. Is something wrong? Nothing's wrong. Okay. And then I want to come in here and I want to say this dot duration is equal to, well, now I want to write some code with edit and continue. So let's run it.
Sure. It's always nice to write in context with all the data available.
Exactly. I want that data. Where is it? Did I not hit start? Build canceled? What? Build has been canceled.
Cancelled again. Failed somehow. Name initial duration does not exist in current context. Twice.
What did I do wrong? Oh.
Oh, it was off screen when we killed it.
Yeah, I think I didn't rename it. I just, hold on. Text.toString. Is that right? Yeah, loaded. We'll take it there. That's good for me. And this is, if it's unchecked, it's equal to duration.toString. Okay. Although if it's infinity unchecked, it won't be the last hold on a second. I want to fix. If it's infinity, boom. Otherwise, we're going to say else. I'm going to say last duration stir.
Nonsense!
Non. I know, I'll get it. Infinity. Not last actual. What is that? Real? So I saw real. Last real duration stir is equal to value dot to stir, like this. So the last thing that wasn't infinity, let's go in there, declare that as a field. Okay, so there it is right up there.
Okay.
And then now down here, I want to do that, and then constants.
So hang on. If we've got our property for duration, which is taking a double and as a byproduct setting the text value, we don't need to set the text value down in our events at all.
Hold on.
We can have that happen as a byproduct of setting the property. So we could say duration equals positive infinity, or oh no, hang on, we would need the original value, the stored value. That's true.
No, I think I like what you're saying. I think you're basically saying, look, duration equals TD dot infinity, right?
Positive infinity, I think you will
Yeah,
go for
yeah,
originally,
yeah.
but yes. Now I'm now concerned about what do you set it to when you uncheck? You do have to do that
Yeah.
because we don't have a stored value else.
Yeah. This call to duration is really only expected to only happen once before it goes up, and then again at the end. So
Okay.
because of that, I think we can do this like you're describing here. But if I do this, yeah, I think that should work. The last real duration stir is this. Where are we using this thing? Are we initializing this anywhere? If it's unchecked. I could also do this, add block delimiters here, and I could say this is equal to what's in text too. I could throw that in there. It's a little, I feel like it's a little circular and mixed up right now, but I think it's going to work. Okay, let's go back over here and, over here, and let's run it. Let's see, now we're going to run. All right, now it's up and running. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to say right-click this, say set duration, and now we're at a breakpoint. So here, let's see what our sender is here. It's a menu item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to come in here and we're going to say if sender is, do I have a TMI for T menu item? Nope, I do not. Okay. TMNI by chance? Nope, it looks like I don't have a menu item inside yet. All right, so anyway, we'll just come down here. If that's a menu item, and if menu item dot data context is, let's just say not null for now, because I want to hover over that and see if it's what I think it is. Oh, wait, I need to get some code that to compile here. All right, now let's see, what is that? Oh, I got to run it, I think. Get to here. What's this? Perfect. Timeline entry. Timeline entry. Like that. And I want to say is, there's my timeline entry. Cool. So now I've got my timeline entry coming down, and let's go in and actually, you know what I want to do? I want to flatten conditional on this. I want to see if CodeRushed is smart enough to get this to work. So let flatten conditional on that. Okay, fine. And so, all right, so we're out there. Then now I'm going to come down here. Love pattern matching. Yeah, it's not bad. Form set duration dot duration is equal to timeline entry dot duration. Ah, look at that. Okay, good. Now we come back around. We're going to reverse these. Wait, what's wrong here? What is it?
Yeah, there's some kind of type mismatch maybe.
It's a time span.
Time span.
Okay.
Which, yeah.
All right, I'm going to shut everything down. We're going to fix this. Let's go into... no, wait, we don't have to do it. I didn't need to shut it down. Let's just run it. Whoops, I can't run it because I've got broken code. We're going to say time span from seconds. So I do have a TTS here. TTS will give me the time span reference from seconds, like that, like that. Okay, good. And then down here, we're going to say that duration is equal No, 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 no. Hold on. I'm getting close. Sometimes I do this during the show. This should be total seconds, right? And this one should be from seconds, but this is going to go to the left, and this goes over here to the right. Okay, not bad. Okay, with me?
Yep.
All right. All right. That was a little gross. All right, but we did it. Okay, so let's run it, and let's step in it and see what it looks like. Okay, showing up on my main monitor. Let's drag it over here. Right click, set duration. We're in here. We're fine. We're good. So now we got some cool variables here. Timeline entry. Doing this. Total seconds is 3. That's making me happy. Show dialog is true. Okay, over. Hold on. It's over here. It's on the other thing. And we've got 3 filled out, which I'm liking. It's not active. I need to make it active. Let's see what happens when I click infinity. Oh, nice. And if I clear it?
Nice.
Nice. Back to 3.
Back to 3.
Oh, but now it's gone. Wah. Okay. So, yeah, you just heard me cry. Let's see what happens when I hit cancel. Okay. We did not get here, I think. Let's continue to run. And right click, set duration. Actually, you know what? Let's do one other thing. Actually, let's set a breakpoint here because I don't want it to show up. I don't want it to show up over there. I want it to show up here on this side of the screen. So let's go see if we can find menu item. Is there a get? How do we get its position? Hold on. Get position, WPF control, get screen position is what I'm looking for. Help me out with that.
Probably not the best time to tell you, Mark, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to go.
That's fine, Roy. Who needs you? Who needs you, Roy? We do. We all do.
I do got a bit of extra time on Thursday. Wednesday as normal, but yeah, I can probably hang around a bit longer Thursday.
Okay, buddy.
We shall see how things go.
We will continue to work this out. Thanks for your help and for hanging out with us.
See you tomorrow.
All right, buddy. See ya. Bye, Rory. Thanks so much. All right. So there's Rory. Rory's getting out of here. All right. So point to screen is the call. I should have been able to remember that. Location on screen. Just call this screen position like this. And then what I want to do is I want to come in and say frm.left is equal to screen position.x and duplicate that line and change that word to top and change that to y. Let's see if that gets us closer. Run. Nothing actually happened. And then when I click on it, where is it? I wonder if this is maybe edit and continue. Let me just kill everything and run it one more time. Yeah, it was like modal somewhere. Maybe the calculations aren't right. Are we running? Yep, looks like we're running. All right, bringing the app over here, right-clicking, set duration. Okay, cool. So that's putting up there. We got to give it a good title, and I can't resize it. That makes me happy. We have this weird problem where the second time it just stays at 3. In fact, the second time it doesn't change to infinity. That's a bit concerning. Let's see if we can fix that right now. Let's see. That's going to be in set duration, form set duration, SAML right here. Checked. Let's do this. Is it, oh, because there's not a change? Is that my problem? Let's see what's going on here. Into here. No. Yes, continue to notify me, but I actually want to be inside it. Let's do breakpoint here. We added, by the way, a CodeRushed feature. Is that here in this version? Where are my debugger pieces here? Step over. Step into member at the caret. That is, I think, us. I think that's CodeRushed. Hard to tell because we are, so if I bring execution back to here, put the caret there, nope, it's not enabled. Interesting. Okay. All right. So anyway, I got to set a breakpoint inside of the setter here, and now we'll run it. Okay. So now we're in here. Duration stays infinity. Last real duration string is equal to that. Duration stir is equal to stir infinity. Okay. if this is equal to the last set duration stir, yeah, I'm going to kill both of these lines of code, I think is what I'm going to try doing that. I'm like so obsessed with efficiency, but let's just try to kill them and see what happens. And are we, there it is right there. Okay, so clear that. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, better. All right, so there's infinity. Come in here, make it 4, go back to infinity. Now we go back and forth between infinity and 4. Like it. That's what I want. Okay, cool. I want to give this focus when it comes up here. I forget how to do that. I think it's called active control, and I'm not sure how we set that. I'm just not remembering how to do that. I think it's a focus command, but I'm not sure if there's a active control. To get the active control, I want to set the active control. Focus manager. That's it. Okay, let's try that. That was just in the parent, I guess, so let's go out here and we're going to say focus manager, focus element, binding element name is equal to tbx duration. See if that works now. Let's cancel. Right click, set duration. Just going to run that. And I lost the dialog. This is this kind of weird debugging thing. And let's restart it. Looks like we're not using that. Okay, gotcha. All right. So here we go. Let's try it again. Bring it up over here. Right click, set duration. It's got focus. Good. Should it be selected or not? I'm not sure. Okay, let's now change it to say like 4 or 5 and say okay. And now we're going back and we're doing the inverse of this. Is this all we need to do to fix it? It looks like it just changed it right there. Let's come in here, set duration again, set it to say, for example, 2 seconds. Nice. Excellent. Set duration. Now what happens if we choose infinity? Well, I don't have anything for this yet. I think it might go crazy. Duration is too long. Oh. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Let's go in here and fix this. Let's say, look, if... Getting closer. So we want to say if the double is infinity. If it's infinity, then I want to say, hey, time span dot duration. So my duration is a time span. Does time span have an infinity? Let's see if it does. It looks like it does not have a infinity. Whereas like a TD, a double does have an infinity, right? Yeah, positive infinity. And let's just double check the time span. TTS doesn't have a positive infinity. Okay, it doesn't. All right. So what I want to do instead is I want to say has infinite duration. Never ends, never ending, never ends. Is equal to true, like that. Else, the duration is like that. That's what I'm going to do. So let's go in here. We're going to declare this auto-implemented, like that. Let's expand it out. So we need a convert to storage with back to here. Yeah, what you got? Infinite time span? What? What's a timeout though? A timeout is not what I think I want, is it? All right, let's go back. Let's undo this. Come back over here. Are you telling me what's a timeout? I do not have timeout. I have time span dot. There's nothing. I typed in infinite. I'm not getting anything here, and I'm not sure what timeout is. What's timeout? Do I have a system threading? Okay. Got it. But is it, what's the type? It looks like we have a type problem. It's of type time span. What's my problem? Time span, oh, never ends, sorry. Nice. Okay. Weird that they're putting it there in threading timeout. It's like a weird place to put that. I would totally want to put it in time span, but okay. Then that means back over here, never ends, we can kill. And I think we also need a check up here that says, hey, if timeline entry.duration is equal to infinite time span here, let's go ahead and remove type qualifier, get rid of all of that. So because we're going to be using this a couple times in here. If the duration is equal to that, then we're going to say duration is equal to td dot, td dot positive infinity, like that. Okay. Else duration is equal to that. So that's how I think we're dealing with infinity coming in and out here. Let's try again. Now I don't know what is going to happen to that rectangle yet when we do this. Okay, here we go, bringing it over here. And let's come in here, right click, set durations, change to infinity, click OK. Oh, okay, so it just completely goes away. What I want to do is, if it's infinity, is I want to make it stretch all the way across. I'm not sure how to do that, but we will, and I want it to take whatever the width is of this, always take that width. And I think that's going to be in my converter, which we have somewhere here. Let's find it here. Timeline entry converter. This is where we're doing this conversion here. And let's see what's happening here. The values to convert here are what? The second one, is this the one that's infinity? Let's see if that's the case. It's a very, it looks like it's a positive number, but it's very small. It's weird that that's what the value is for, oh, but is that what I changed it to? Hold on, let's just run it for a second. Okay, run it. And then, yeah, run it. Sorry, let's clear the breakpoint here a second. Run it. Now let's set the breakpoint. Right click it, set duration, set to infinity. Here we go. The first one is going to be for the one at the top, I think. Is that true or no? Maybe it is this one, the second one. Let's just run and see what else we get. We get a second one now. Same thing. Third one, second value is also the same one. What's happening? It comes in 3 different times. All right, hold on. I'm going to stop this whole thing. We're going to do this again one more time. Set the breakpoint. Bring it over here. Right click. Set duration to infinity. Stop. Now, second value. Yeah, there's that value. That's that magic number, which is somehow the magic number time span infinity. So, okay. So what I want to do is I want to check to see if the second value, or no, that's, sorry, the second value is a, okay, there we go. It's right there. It's the relative time. Okay, so let's get down there And here's what we want to do. So we want to say if relative time. Yeah, well, I agree with you. I think it is. If that's equal to system.threading dot timeout dot infinite time span. If that's the case, then we're going to do something really special. Let's see if we get in there. We do. Cool. Okay, so if that's the case, then I think what we're going to do is we're going to say our, let's do this. Let's take this. Let's split initialization from declaration. Bring it up to here like that. And then I'm going to come down here. This is where I do the opposite. And I need an else right here. So I'm going to put this here. And then in the first block, I'm going to put our assignment to relative distance. And I'm going to say relative distance is equal to, container width. Guess who needs that? I need it right here. It's equal to container width. I think I'm just going to try that. And now let's bring back up to the top here. Going through. Yes, relative distance is container width. And then there it is. So let's see if that solves it for infinity. Yeah. And now let's see what happens. Well, no, it didn't look like it set it at all. It looked like it was set duration to, like, if we said 4.9 seconds, I think it's going to move just a little bit. And if I come in and say set duration to infinity, it goes to 5? Oh. That's my zoom factor. Hold on a second. That's my zoom, I think. The container width is that third piece in there, I think. I think what happens is as I start dragging this over here, and I come in and set duration to infinity, that did not change. Sorry, did it? Yeah. So the problem is when I move it, if I try to move it, it is not at the right location there. I think part of the problem is in storing the value inside the time span because it's so small, right? If I come in, so there's a couple problems we have. One is if I set duration to infinity, boom, infinity. Okay, so it goes to 5. That 5, I'm pretty sure it's getting it from our app that runs it.
Now I can hear you. Yes. Hold on, let me just...
Which is from seconds right here. What are these all doing here? Why am I having problems here? Yeah, I want to stop debugging. I want to see why I've got these red squiggly lines here. Rebuild all succeeded. Well, why is it, what's going on here? Could not be found. References. Timeline control, it's right there. Huh. Okay, so I think I'm going to, do I have a reload app, an unload, and then a reload, unload project, and then let's reload it. See if that makes it happier. And rebuild. Okay, nope. Timeline control. Isn't that my namespace over here? All right, let's try this. References, timeline control. Remove. References, add reference to timeline control. Okay. And rebuild. Okay, something just was out there, apparently needed to be cached or something. I was going to say the total duration from 5 seconds was coming from here, but this line's commented out. So that's clearly not contributing to it. I wonder if I have a default value of 5 over in the source code for this anywhere. Nope. I wonder what's going on with that. All right, so let's Let's play with it again. I want to do one more thing. I'm tired of dragging this thing from here to here. I want to change this right here to say, actually, let's try this. Let's fix this first because this is going to be not hard to fix. I want to come up to this guy and I want to say its position, appearance. It's not an appearance. Wait for the main window. Hold on. Main window, common. Wait. Where is it? Startup location. Center owner. I want to see if center owner will work and it'll start up here inside Visual Studio. Like on this monitor? Nope. Still doing it over there. Okay. How crazy is it to do this for the test? Let's try left as 2000, just see where it happened, where it shows up. Nice. Okay, it's closer. It's just down below one monitor right here. So let's change that. Give it a top as well. So that's coming in at what, 0? Is that right? So top is equal to negative 600. Let's do negative 1000. See what happens with that. Run it. Just for the purposes of the stream. It's getting closer. And we'll make it 3000. And now we'll run it. Now at least it's showing up on this screen. I won't have to drag it every time we bring it over. Okay, good. All right, so set duration, infinity. Go back to our converter, make sure we've got a, we're setting a breakpoint here. And let's click OK. Now we're in here, and we have 3 values setting in. The first one is the timeline total duration. The width is number 2. Container width is number 2. Relative distance is the container width. So if we come in and say it's distance across, that really feels right to me. If it's an infinite time span, its relative distance is the container width. So for the purposes of its duration, it should totally freaking work. It should at least be that third value, which is 784, which is, I recall, set a breakpoint here, and let's bring this in an image editor and count the pixels. From here to here. What do we got? It's 707. It's not 784. But I'm pretty sure we were passing that back out. Right, the relative distance is 784. Let's double check that. So I got to change it apparently. There it goes, snaps to the minimum, which is 0.1 second. Come back in here, set duration, set it to infinity, go. Container width, wait, what happened? Oh, our hack percent width. That's what we're doing. We're taking 90% off of it. That's what's going on there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just do this here, and then if we get down in here, then we're going to say times that right there. The factor here, this is the zoom piece right here. Yeah, okay. I feel good about that. All right, this I think we're going to have better luck with. Let me, let's run it. And let's, can we change this anymore? It looks like we cannot set duration infinity. because it's already at infinity. Let's do it with this one. Set duration infinity. Oh, but I really, so I get it. I kind of get what's going on here, but it's now going off to the side, which means I should be able to do this. That's not working either. Infinity is a little tricky to make this work. I almost am wondering if I should have a UI element that indicates it's on the side, but I need to figure out its start position to figure that out. And my converter is not passing in its start position for when it's calculating the length. These converters are used over in, let's go to this designer here. The converters are used here in the multi-binding. So we're using this is the reference to the timeline entry converter. And then I'm passing in 3 parameters to it: the total duration, the duration, the actual width. I think I'm going to have to actually pass in as well the left position of this thing as a 4th parameter. That's what I think I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to say this is going to be, or rather maybe the start. Let's go to timeline entry and see what the property is. I forget already what it is. Timeline entry. It's probably start. There it is. It's start. Okay. So we're going to pass in the start of the timeline as the 4th parameter, which means I'm going to take that, do that here, and do that as well. We'll ignore it in most cases, but we're going to pass in 4 parameters now. The start is going to be the last parameter. A little bit odd in terms of the ordering, but that's how it is right now with our converter. We can change that later and fix that if we want to. So that now means that here we're going to call this start. That's equal to values of 3. Okay, so let's run it. Set a breakpoint. Out of range. Somewhere else, I'm calling it. Hold on. Where I don't have... there it is, right there. Right, forgot about this other rectangle. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do the same thing here. Okay? All right. So now let's break, or restart it, I mean. Still. Values are 3 coming in. Let's see if we got a call stack on this. Anything? Nope. Hopeful, but no. Well, I can do a check on this to see if it's greater than what we're thinking. I really only need it in this scenario. I can come down here and say, okay, let's put it here at least and see what we get. What? I don't understand why I'm not getting it. I've got 4 parameters in every single one of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's there in that multi-binding. There's no more multi-bindings below. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here as well. That's good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here for that one. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here for this one. And is that it? Oh, wait. Here's the one. There's the one I missed. Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. One more time. Okay, good. Set duration. Set duration infinity. Go. Okay. Specified cast is not valid. Because the start is what? It's an unset value. Did I miss it? Hold on. What's wrong here? Oh, it's just start here. Oh, it's not on the timeline. Okay, my bad. Hold on. My bad on this. Start should look like that. Start should look like that. Start should look like that. What happened here? Undo it. Oh, I just... Nope, that's gone. Wait, what's wrong here? What is my problem here? I'm grabbing from there to there. That totally is a... and killing it. What's my error? It's not telling me what my error is. Is it because I'm running? I'm in edit and continue? That might be why. Okay, that might have been the problem. Okay, there's that start is fixed. This start is fixed. And this start is fixed. Okay, one more time. Okay, and now what happens if I resize? Okay, good. That's more along the lines of what I want. But I really want to take in, if I come in here now and say set infinity, I want its distance to be calculated minus its start position. So I want to go back to the converter that we have, and I want to set a breakpoint in here, and we need to convert over that start to pixels, which is going to be, we're going to do right in this range right here, I think. So I'm going to come over here to set duration, say infinity, and now here I want to say this is equal to hold on. I want to extract this to its own function. Get width in pixels. Like that. And just we can inline this temp now. Okay. And then I want to come up here and then say, hey, start position in pixels is equal to the start in total seconds, and then I want to subtract.
That's a nice function.
Yeah, I think it's not bad. Let's see if we got a shot at that working. It's almost like I didn't double think it. Nope, it didn't look like that worked. Let me just kill this and restart it. Let's set a breakpoint in here, see what we've got, and run through that. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say right-click, set duration, switch to infinity, and now there's my start is at 0, start position pixels is 0. That's all good, exactly like I want. And then we just I'm going to hit run again, and then now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say set duration infinity, and now is this the first one? The start is at 3, so that pixels is way off. Oh, because we're passing in relative time. Hold on. Let's double check here. Get width in pixels. Relative time. That's the factor. Okay, I'm passing in the wrong parameters here. This goes here. And start goes here. I believe. Let's try that. Now what do we got? 470, much better. Okay, run. Although, start position pixels, that was like a negative number, I think is what that was. Hold on, let's try it down here. Set duration, infinity, go. That looked like that kind of worked. Yeah, that one kind of worked. Let's try it here. Set duration, infinity. Nope, they're not working. They're close, but not working entirely. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's double check it. Let's continue to break on this in here and see what we can learn and figure out from here. What's wrong with what we're doing? Here we go. Okay. So set duration, set it to infinity. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. So the start is at 4 pixels. Start position in pixels at 627. And so it says the relative distance between these two should be 156. So that means that's the length that we should be returning is 156. So we've got all these numbers here, right here. Let's run it. Shoot, I came back with another breakpoint here. I should have just stopped it a second to see it. Yeah, it's not going all the way out to the end is the problem. Let's break it one more time. Let's debug it one more time. I just want to get all those numbers in here and then compare them to what's happening on the real world out here. So we'll take this one, number 4, or actually let's do this one. This one right here, set duration, set it to infinity, go. All right. So step, 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 and I just want to get a screenshot of this right here. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste that in, just so we've got that. Okay, so those are those numbers. Then I'm going to run it and clear the breakpoint and take a picture of this. Wait, why does it look like it's working now? That's not, that's kind of disconcerting. Image, canvas size, let's set this equal to 1920. And we'll paste in this other piece that we have, and we'll start measuring these distances out and see what we've got here. That was close. 4 is the one that is off. Is it? All right, so we want to, yeah, it's close, but it's not quite the same. Like if I come in here and I say set duration and say go to infinity, these positions should be identical based on what my expectation is at least. Set duration here, set it to infinity. Yeah, the further it is to the right, like if, look at this. Okay. We can see what's going on here. There's definitely a problem. But it's not clear to me yet why we're off, whatever it is. So if I move this to here, and I come down here and I say set duration. Oh, the other thing that's interesting is the piece for changing its location has moved. Hold on, let's set duration again, set to infinity. Yeah, see this piece over here? It's on the wrong side. So we've got a couple problems we need to work out on this still. The thing I was going to say is if I move this right to here and I come down here and say set duration, I'm now expecting it to line up to the right side of that, which it does. So that's right. The thing is, so basically we've got some calculation error with regards to our positioning of this. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to, we'll end the show with this calculation error, I think, or at the very least, I want to stop going after the calculation error for right now. I want to give it some time to give it some thought. But I want to, there's something else I want to play with here, which is if we have an infinite duration, I think we should mark this somehow. And I think I want to mark it with a text box, a text block off to the side. So let's do this. Let's give away a copy of CodeRush. We'll do that.
You know what time it is?
And
CodeRush.
it's time to give away a copy of CodeRush.
CodeRush giveaway.
So CodeRush is what I'm using inside of Visual Studio as I'm working, so it helps me write code faster. Earlier in the show, we created that BOC template to create a new OK cancel combination side by side. So yeah, we give away a copy to anybody who follows. So all you have to do is follow, and you're automatically entered. And today's winner is, dropping from the Visual Studio menus up above here,
Sprockencat.
Sprockencat. Sprockencat. You are today's winner, and I will reach out to you via Twitch DM and connect with you. And I think I'm going to end the show on that. So tomorrow we'll come back and we'll try to fix this bug, and we'll also try to add the infinity symbol to give you some feedback, and we'll integrate it into our Dungeons and Dragons control app. So that's it. So thanks again to everyone for joining us. Codebase Alpha, thanks for your contributions. Will Bennett, as usual, thanks for your contributions. Der Albert Live, thanks for getting us on track. Brendan Aes, thanks so much for helping us with the compile problem we were trying to work out earlier with the JavaScript. So appreciate all of that. With that, let's see if we can raid anybody. If anybody we are out here following is broadcasting now. Let's see. What do I got? Looks like that's it. Nobody else is live right now based on what I'm seeing. So we are just going to end it with that. All right, everybody, we will see you tomorrow.